Hi, my name is Norman Willis. I'm here today to do an interview.
So you mentioned some of the books you've written in the sense that you talked about The New Cancer and you talked about your experience that helped you shape that book. And you also mentioned The Incarceration of Norman Willis. We want to go a little bit more in detail about what made you write that book and just a little in-depth explanation of what the book is about for The Incarceration of Norman Willis.
Well, The Incarceration of Norman Willis is it's basically an autobiography of my life. And I felt like I had to write it because people only know like one side of me. You know, they see this guy on stage, but they don't see the guy who dances in a weird way. You know, they don't see the guy who snowboards. They don't see the guy who plays a guitar and writes songs. You know, they just see this one guy in school. You know, and for so long I was like, man, I wish I could show people this other side of me, but there was always like this fear. You know, because people only see you as just this quiet guy or this really serious guy. And I'm like, that's just one side of me. That's not me as a whole. You know, the people that call me on the phone and stuff like that, they see that guy. And I wanted to show people like, there's another side of Norman Willis. There's another side to everyone in here, you know, everyone in the world, you know. We just have to show it. And the other aspect of that book is like, imagine life just being like this life sentence. All right, you're gonna live to be about 85. You're gonna do an 85-year bid. How are you gonna make this the best 85 years of your life? Are you gonna stay in this one cell and just, you know, eat your 2 meals a day, you know, play for an hour, you know, or are you going to actually make these real life connections and talk to people and see where they're coming from? Because it's easy to look at someone and be like, look at a homeless man and be like, all right, they're a loser, they're a failure. But who actually goes and talks to that homeless person and see and like really understands how did you get to this point in your life? You know, someone can easily just look at me and be like, this guy is super quiet or this guy is super serious. You know, I don't want to talk to this guy. He's boring. But you know, talk to me. You know, like you know, it's so many layers to this guy that you're seeing right now. You know, and I noticed that with a lot of people because like I don't do drugs at all because of, you know, I was an athlete and I made a promise to my dad to not go down that route. And I don't ever look down on people who do that. But a lot of people think I do. So they just keep me in this box like, all right, we're about to go to this party. We're not going to invite Norman because he doesn't do any of these things, you know. Instead of like saying, you know, hey, he still wants to have fun. He still wants to do these things. You know, we keep people in these miniature boxes, just like in school. It was like these little cliques and all this stuff. I found out I had more in common with people who weren't on honor roll than the people that were on honor roll. You know, like we keep everybody separated only to find out we're all the same.